All right, guys, we have got a data download. So we've got the DOKKANFEST Master Roshi. I think it's really good that Master Roshi finally gets a Dokkan Fest. We're kind of moving through. A lot of characters have gotten it this year already. That are characters that had not had a Dokkan Fest previously that needed one. I mean, First Form Frieza technically has had that transforming Frieza, but I still think like a First Form Frieza should have had a Dokkan Fest, which we got. Super Saiyan Vegeta from the Android Saga got one. Fat Boo got one. Now Master Roshi, so pretty good. Obviously, I mean, of those, like, Vegeta is the one I would say is like a character that would be like super hype, but Dokkan continuing to do a good job of getting a lot of these kind of like less hype characters get Dokkan Fest. Right? Last year, Kale got one. Let's see, God Goku had a new Dokkan event, but he's obviously a little bigger. Topo got a new Dokkan Fest this year as well, but I do like that, right? Like getting the representation for all these characters. And right here, it would have been so foolish if Dokkan dropped like a Super Saiyan 3 Goku here, or, you know, like a Majin Vegeta or something like that, because we're in between, you know, UI Goku and, you know, Global's in 9th anniversary, and then we're going right into Worldwide, which will have 2 Carnival LRs and 2 Dokkan Fest LRs. So there's no reason for them to meter burn all these hype releases in a row. Roshi right here, I think is a good pick. So Roshi, I think, should be pretty solid. I saw a lot of people talking about they're so worried about him defensively and stuff like that. The thing you got to understand about sort of like the current meta that we're in is that a lot of these bosses, their super attacks do so much damage it's borderline unfair. But most of these bosses, several of them are like scripted to only super in slot 1. It's like, so we can look at the Cell Max fight, for example, which in my opinion is the 3rd hardest fight in the game. At the start, the fight is kind of weird in that they make it to where he usually is only really attacking like slot 2 and sometimes slot 3. He doesn't tend to attack slot 1 too often, but he super attacks usually, you know, within like the first 3 attacks it'll come out. But towards the end of the Cell Max fight, he has the highest super attack rate of any boss. It's a 80% super attack rate, so he always just instantly supers what Cell Max does. Goku and Frieza are restricted to supering in slot 1. Sword of Hope Trunks, restricted to supering in slot 1. Supreme Magnificent Battle Beast Gohan, restricted to supering in slot 1. So Roshi is not a slot 1 character, obviously. He's going to be functioning as a support character. This is a great design for a Dokkan Fest leader. If you want to look at a design I think is bad for a Dokkan Fest leader, well, I mean, I would say Rose and this guy. And the reason, I'm not talking about like any ins and outs of their kit, like how strong they are, how bad they are, none of that. The thing I don't like as a leader where you're leading multiple categories, Dokkan Fest, is this right there. And this right here. That's bad. Roshi, however, is a support type character for basically both of his big leader skills that you're going to be rocking. Turtle School, and Peppy Gal. I mean, I know he's also leading Dragon Ball Saga, but it's Peppy Gal and Turtle School, which are the 2 kind of like categories you're mostly going to be running characters on anyway. So this guy's team will be fun. It's nice that we have Bunny Bulma, who seems like she's going to be solid. This is the 2nd Bunny Bulma character that is released. That's going to be good. The first Bunny Bulma is like a 2015 character or something like that, right? So Roshi's team is going to be pretty solid. The problem with it right now is that the best Peppy Gal character should still be Bulma, right? LR Bulma. Oh, that didn't pop up the way I wanted it to. Here, let's go right. Peppy Gal. Bulma should still be the best character on this team. LR Bulma. She's probably still better than Bunny Bulma. I mean, obviously, let me use Bunny Bulma a bit, right? But, well, there is this character, actually, who's very good. Where is she? I guess she is pretty... Here. This Android 18 is a real monster. And, I mean, she's going to work. You're not going to be able to get this, but I think that'll be fine. You'll still be able to get this right here, because Roshi himself is Battle of Wits. So this 18 potentially could be an option on Roshi's team. But because of kind of the weakness of Peppy Gal and the weakness of Dragon Ball Saga, you're going to be relying on Turtle School, which is just Goku characters, and more specifically, UI Goku characters. This team is only going to function as effectively as EGL UI Goku and Tech UI Goku dodging in slot 1, unfortunately. It's just how it's going to be. Roshi, while good, is not a top tier character who could sit in slot 1. Unfortunately, I mean, just the way they've kind of pushed the game, pushed this meta specifically, I mean, there are bosses that could kill you effortlessly in slot 2 or 3. 17 and Golden Frieza. Roshi will destroy 17 and Golden Frieza, though. Like, he obliterates that phase, because he's type advantage, plus he's got 50% damage reduction. 17 and Golden Frieza can't do shit against Roshi, so that'll be good. Right, there are some bosses. Blue Gogeta could super in slot 3 and one-shot Roshi, I'm sure, but, like, it's something like that, right? And it's much more likely Blue Gogeta will attack right away in slot 1 than he is going to in slot 3. He could, but it's not going to be as likely. Same thing with Kid Buu. Kid Buu is going to be more likely to super in slot 1. Roshi seems like he'll be fine. More of an issue is not really going to be him, and he's going to contribute a lot to the team with his support, and also he's got maybe one of the better active skills in the game, which is just going to be tremendously powerful. But what this team needs is a powerful slot 1 character. Now, keep in mind that there's going to be no part 2 LR. There is a part 2 banner. It's the, annual Peppy Gal banner. So maybe like a launch card, and I don't know what girl could get a card. Okay, so the new event, there's 3 stages. This is kind of like, this is potentially a difficult event. My gut is telling me that people are going to start to really, like, this is what the Dokkan community does. They'll see something, and then their expectations go fucking out of control, exploding all over themselves. And then the thing drops in game, and now we're crying and whining. Boo-hoo, wah, it's not perfectly to my expectations, wah, 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 wah. We see it every single day. My guess is that this is probably going to be more so like a legendary Frieza event level difficulty, which is fine, by the way. I look and I see everyone crying how hard the fights are. The next day I look and everyone's crying how easy the fights are. You got to pick a struggle, right? I think this would be fine as a legendary Frieza level difficulty event. Not every fight that comes out needs to be Goku and Frieza, or Blue Cow and Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? We just had fights like that. It's okay for them to drop a little bit of a lower difficulty fight. I'm expecting that from this, but we'll see. Maybe Ran Fan is going to be like harder than Cell Max. It's possible. It's possible. There would be something very fun about that. Like, Cell Max is tough, but he's not fucking with Ran Fan. Like, that would be funny to me. Cell Max is pretty hard, but he's not Chi-Chi, dude. Yeah, that would be funny. So yeah, like, we're going to get this, right? Is there any more that we need to talk about with Roshi? I don't think so. Again, Roshi seems like he'll be pretty good. Now, of course, guys, I mean, it's a pretty easy skip. His team is not really super crazy. He certainly is a character who does have some, like, in terms of using Roshi on a different team, right? He's only supporting Turtle School or Peppy Gals, right? He gets this, big stats for Peppy Gals in rotation, and then you also do need at least 2 other Turtle School allies on the team as well. So even if you'd never want to do Roshi plus full Peppy Gals, you'd at least want like Roshi, Tech UI Goku, and then full Peppy Gals is what you could do. But you're gonna need at least 2 Turtle School characters for this. So this guy is gonna mostly be for his own team. What teams is he on that are legitimate? He is on Beast Gohan's team, but that doesn't... Master and Student Bond is not overloaded with Goku characters, although to be fair, Superhero is. So, I mean, we could very easily run Beast Gohan, EJL UI, Tech UI, and then Roshi. Yeah, I do think Roshi will still be fine even without any of this right here. I mean, again, he's a slot 3 supporting floater. He should work well. And unlike Broly Chan Lemo, for example, the problem for Broly Chan Lemo is that Super Bosses has no defense whatsoever. It's a full offensive powerhouse team, Super Bosses. So the role Broly Chan Lemo have to take is defensive slot 1 god, which they very much struggle with a lot to do that because they don't create their own orbs, right? Whereas Roshi, I mean, if we're running him on Beast Gohan's team, I mean, he's going to have Beast Gohan, EJL UI, Tech UI, Evolution Blue Vegeta in front of him. Roshi will be fine as like a floater. So he's on Beast Gohan's team. He's on Broly's team. And then, of course, he has his own team as well. Dude, please, oh my god, Dokkan, give us this again. We need this again, man. We need this. We need this as a team. We need this as a team bad. This needs to be, come on. You got to give us this team. Warriors raised on Earth. Earthbred fighters. We need that bad. All right, so there's Roshi. We have Bulma. Again, I think Bulma should be a very Bunny Bulma should be a very effective character to run. She's going to be orb changing. She's going to have a lot of really powerful support. She's just generally, I think, a very good character. She is going to be dodge or die, true. But like she's still going to be effective. You know, you could do very well using this Bunny Bulma in a lot of these difficult events. I think Bunny Bulma's a good character. That's the other thing, too, is if you want Roshi, you're probably going to want to get this Bunny Bulma as well. So, as a G player, man, this looks like an easy skip, and just focus on Worldwide. So, we have this free-to-play Frieza coming as well. Now, typically, Quest Mode stages drop with the data download, but this is not for 5 days, which is, again, a little odd. But again, Frieza's going to be dropping in 5 days. Frieza is not an LR, by the way. You could always check with free-to-play characters by their stat spread. If you take a look at Frieza's stats, 3,000 is basically a free-to-play character. 5,000 is typically a summonable character. So notice that he's essentially getting 3,000 all stats, right? And then if we look at Roshi and Bulma, we could see, you know, it's 5,000 all stats because they're summonable units. That's typically how things are going to work out. Let's see. So he gets 1 key, 100% attack and even start a turn. 10% attack each turn up to 50%. Okay. When he, on super attack, he gets 100% attack and defense. And if there's a Wicked Bloodline category ally in the turn, he gets another 50% attack and defense. He's horrible right now. 30% attack, 30% defense on super. I mean, we'll see. Right? Like, you know, maybe he gets a powerful awakening plus an easy A. I assume he's grindable from quest mode, right? This should be a quest mode Frieza. You know, he's not going to be on Namek Saga or anything like that. So we'll see what this Frieza is going to look like once he gets his awakening. Remember, we are still waiting on this guy, by the way. Bardock right here. This is an LR. This guy is going to be an LR, this Bardock. And it looks like he's probably just going to be a Bardock as well because he's on like the Team Bardock category. So he's probably not going to be like a Goku and Bardock or something like that unless it's like a standby transformation into a Goku or something like that, right? And again, you could tell he's an LR by the 5,000 stat spread right there. All right, so there's that. We already talked about the heart-pounding battle, the heroine battle. We do have some missions here. You have to beat Stage 1, Stage 2, and Stage 3 with 4 Peppy Gal characters. And then you have to clear Stage 3 with a Master Roshi character. I don't anticipate that this event is going to be too tough, but we will see. The support memory boost is going to be buffing the Meet the Flying Nimbus support memory. Was a pretty safe bet. For the first 3 turns, Dragon Ball Saga characters and Seekers of the Dragon Ball Saga character, or Seekers of the Dragon Ball characters get 2 key, 20% attack and defense. If they're also Bond of Master and Disciple, they get an extra 10% attack and defense. That's 30% stats for 3 turns. That's very good. That is really powerful. And that's why I urge free-to-play players grind up these support memories. Because when they do really tough missions where you're not allowed to use items, you can use support memories, and something like this is very good. And then that's it. I think that's mostly it. We can take a look at... wait, didn't I have missions pulled up? I did. I lost it somehow. Okay. Let's just quickly jump over and take a look at the missions. But I don't think... There's nothing really besides the new event. This is just the, you know, metal support campaign or whatever that they typically do. They want us to use Turtle School characters, okay. Let's see. We have... These are just regular missions. Yep, celebration missions. Nothing crazy there. These are the Peppy Gal difficult event missions. Here's the Nimbus support memory missions. And then looks like they're maybe revamping this. I'm not sure why this is here. Because there is no Dragon Ball Saga ECA character. Let me just see if maybe Proton tweeted that... like they messed up and there's like a character who's going to EZA, because I mean this is on the 31st, but there is no like Dragon Ball Saga EZA free-to-play character in the data right now. Yeah, I looked around just a little bit to see, you know, if by chance there was perhaps some easy A character that they accidentally put in the data, but nope. So there we go. There is the data download. Not the craziest. I mean, again, remember, we had off at Tanabata, huge monster celebration, small little cooldown celebration, then we go right into worldwide download celebration. So let me know what you guys think about DOKKANFEST, Roshi, Bunny, Bulma. They seem like solid characters. Nothing really, they're not like elite. Like, again, as of right now, before using Roshi and stuff like that, I generally have kind of like the same thoughts of Roshi, which is that he is good, but he's a tier down, I think, from the elite DOKKANFEST TURs. So don't worry about the bottom 2 tiers. There's huge... When I update this next, don't worry about this, right? The top 4, I believe, should be the same. I haven't seen anything to change this. I think this is all still fine. Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku is not the greatest in the Goku and Frieza fight, but he also doesn't really die in the fight either. He will live. It's just at the end he can't really do damage. But I mean, he's pretty effective in the fight. So like these 4 are fine. I would probably put Roshi at 5 and Physical Rose at 6. I think is probably what it's going to look like, but that's before me using Roshi, so we'll see. But the top 4 should remain there, and Rose and Roshi are not on this level up here. Because, I mean, these are Vegeta, Toppo, and Goku are slot 1 characters, and then Boo is, well, you know how dirty Boo is. So, love you guys, mwah! And I'll catch y'all next time.